What's up everyone, we are here right now with episode 5 of the team building series, and this time we're going to be focusing on what I believe is the last playstyle left to cover, which is standard offense. Before I begin, if you categorize yourself as a beginner player and haven't watched any of my other episodes, it might be a good idea to do that, since some of the concepts in this episode I've explained in past episodes and won't be explained as much in detail here. Now, earlier to around when I made my first team building series, the first episode, I really saw a lot of bulky offensive teams, but I feel like over the months, teams have kind of evolved since then. Now we are seeing a lot of standard offensive teams in official tournaments, on the ladder, just everywhere. It's the most basic form of offense, and it really works with the Pokemon that have a combination of both power and speed to weaken opposing teams so that, one of the Pokemon in the team can sweep. The difference between standard offense as opposed to other offensive playstyles that I covered is that standard offense isn't entirely setup sweepers like hyper offensive is, and the Pokemon don't have to be fat like bulky offensive teams are kind of made out to be. Standard offensive teams, they're comprised of Pokemon that have powerful choice items such as Band, Scarf, Specs. You'll see those in a lot of standard offensive teams. And, sometimes you'll see scouting moves like U-Turn and Volt Switch that hyper offensive teams generally don't have. Like I said, those kinds of teams, pretty much every Pokemon set up with Swords Dance, Calm Mind, Dragon Dance, etc. So that's kind of the difference between. That's what's different about standard offensive teams and hyper offensive teams, is that standard offensive teams, they don't have pretty much every Pokemon setting up and everything like that. In contrast to bulky offensive teams, though, standard offensive teams are fast and contain a lot of speed and priority moves such as Sucker Punch at extreme speed for Pokemon that lack in speed. Standard offensive teams are kind of like the median between bulky offense and hyper offense, and they're more versatile than other types of offensive teams because there's just so many more options to use for standard offensive teams. So now that we have a little background info on standard offensive teams, let's go ahead and try and build one. And I'll go over my thought process step by step. So the first things first, any standard offensive team is greatly benefited by containing at least Stealth Rocks, as any team is in general. Therefore, the Pokemon we should be focusing on first would be a Pokemon that can fit on standard offensive teams, which can set up Stealth Rocks. Recall, it should function well on these kinds of teams. It should have some good speed also. However, that's not the way I build my teams. I usually start off with a Pokemon and then I continue on from there with the rest of the missing pieces. So let's just do it that way, and you guys can start off with any Pokemon you want. I recommend picking a Pokemon that you guys want to build around and build around it like that. So to start off this team, we're going to pick a Pokemon that could firstly work well on this kind of team, that can maybe also benefit if the opponent has hazards on their side. This could be a setup sweeper, a late game cleaner, an anti-spinner of some sort, something that you can choose which would be benefited from the other components of the team that's usually what building around a certain Pokemon means. So for this team, I will be using the underrated, underappreciated, mega, drumroll, Banette. That's what we're going to be using. We're going to be using Mega Banette, which is a pretty unique Pokemon overall. You don't see a lot of it too often on teams like these. Yeah, it's really underrated. So we're just going to give it, max attack, give it some HP, and speed. The speed will allow you to outspeed other priority users, I believe, like Scizor and Azumarill, so that your Prankster, because when it Mega evolves, you're going to get Prankster, so that it will go first. So that's what the speed is for. We're going to give it Adamant Nature, give it the Banetite, and I guess I could go with Frisk to see what items they have, but Insomnia might be good in case I want to switch into like a Spore or Sleep Powder user maybe. That might be good, maybe like a Smeargle or something, and then I could like knock off or something, I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, the moves that I'm going to be using is knock off. I'm going to be using Taunt, of course, because, Prankster Taunt's really useful. Destiny Bond is a definite must here, because, I'll be able to stop any Pokemon that I want, pretty much. Any Pokemon that's not good for me, not good for this team, I can just send out this thing. It's like, it's like a suicide Pokemon. It could be used as a suicide Pokemon. And then Protect, because, Banette can only work really well with the Prankster, so I want to get protected so that I can Mega Evolve safely. That's kind of what I was going for there. despite the fact that Mega Bayonet is quite unique, it plays a variety of roles that can be really beneficial on standard offensive teams. Firstly, it has the ability Prankster, like I said, which makes all non-offensive moves go first. So in this way, priority is given up. Priority is like made up for its low speed. So all of these moves protect. Well, of course, protect's gonna go first anyways. Destiny Bond, Taunt, those moves go first. So that's pretty useful. Then we got Knockoff here, just get rid of any opposing team's items, and it's a really good Pokemon to beat Stall also. Because Taunt, I mean, what Stall team's gonna do when you use Taunt? So, stuff like that. Because it's a ghost type, Mega Bayonet is able to block Rapid Spin from Pokemon such as Excadrill, which you see a lot on many types of offensive teams. It's also able to stop setup sweepers or anything that you may want to kill, because it's threatening to your team with anything that's threatening to your team. Just go ahead and use Destiny Bond, just knock it out. And then that leaves your other 5 Pokemon open, so if they only have 1 Pokemon for something, like pretty much your whole team, just knock it out. Yeah, and it taunts the other teams so that you can prevent hazards. I'm also gonna, I think the Stealth Rocker that I'm planning on using is also gonna have taunt as well. So yeah, we'll get into that right now. So, but yeah, we're gonna build a team around Mega Bayonet, which is a pretty underrated Pokemon, like I said. So yeah. And the next Pokemon we're going to use, like I mentioned before, we're going to need a Pokemon that can set up Stealth Rocks. Because we are using Mega Bayonet, as well as the standard offensive teams, we need our Stealth Rocker to be more offensively oriented. So something that would go well with Mega Bayonet and set up Stealth Rocks. So I guess we could probably use Terrakion because it's pretty fast, it is a threat, and it can set up Stealth Rocks while also being able to use Taunt. And the reason that I'm having like 2 taunt users on this kind of team. I mean, you don't have to do that, but Stall is annoying to me. So I like to build my teams in a way that I can beat Stall with it, because I just don't like Stall. And having a way to beat Stall, it will save you a lot of hair pulling, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so we're going to be using Terrakion here. So let's just see. I believe I could just, go for a max attack, 252 max speed, and then I guess dump 4 EVs into special defense. Go for that Jolly Nature, go for the Focus Sash so that we can set up rocks guaranteed. And yeah, let's just go for the, let's just add Stealth Rocks here, Taunt, which will be useful if we're going to be using this as a lead, for example. Any other opposing Stealth Rock users, we just taunt them, hit them with the Taunt. And yeah, we're going to go Close Combat and Stone Edge, which are its 2 main stab moves. Don't see why not. And yeah, so this is our second Pokemon. Well, it's also important. Yeah, so it's important to have a Pokemon that has Stealth Rocks on the team. And yeah, so let's just look at the team right now. So we have Mega Bayonet and we have Terrakion. So now we're gonna probably need an anti-defogger, because Stealth Rocks in this generation with defog, it's gonna be hard to keep up. Because defog is going to be like, clearing it all the time, so it's going to be useful to have a Pokemon that can benefit from using defog. So one of the best anti-defoggers out there is the Defiant Bisharp. So let's go ahead and add Bisharp. Oops, click that. Not Bidoof, wow. Alright. So we got Bisharp right here, and Bisharp has pretty decent type synergy overall with Bayonet, as well as adding 2 new types to the team that it doesn't already have, which is Dark and Steel. Bisharp's ability Defiant will automatically give the effects of a single Swords Dance when defog is used, so it makes a great partner with Stealth Rock, Terrakion, and Mega Bayonet. It also checks threats such as Aegislash, which our Bayonet and Terrakion dislike. Now, as I mentioned in all my videos when team building, make sure you have good type synergy overall. Diversifying your types are a good way to make sure that it's possible, and make sure that your weaknesses are covered is also the key. So, looking at the team, we have 2 ground weaknesses, fighting weakness, 2 ground and fighting weaknesses, right? Let me just go ahead and add Bayonet, add Bisharp real quick. I'm just gonna go with max attack as, of course, max speed. I'll just dump 4 into maybe defense, maybe. I guess we can just dump into the defense. And yeah, we have the ability Defiant. We can just go for Adamant Nature, Dread Plate. I like using Dread Plate over Life Orb just because, I don't like Bisharp just taking residual damage like that. I mean, I know you get a little extra power, but think about it. We're using 3 Dark type moves. We're going to be using Knockoff, we're going to be using Pursuit, which is going to be useful to trap stuff like Latios, for example, maybe. We're going to be using Sucker Punch, so 3 Dark type moves, so why not the Dread Plate, or the Black Glasses even. Same thing, but, you know, we're just going to go for Iron Head for our last move. And yeah, that's pretty much 3 Pokemon so far. So yeah, like I was saying, we gotta keep making sure that our type synergy is good. So look at the weaknesses that we have so far. We got 2 fighting weaknesses, we got 2 ground weaknesses, we got a water weakness here. Let's focus on those 3 types for now. So we're gonna need a Pokemon that can resist those 3 types. So probably it's gonna be a flying type, because flying also resists fighting and ground. And I guess Dragon would resist water, so I'm thinking maybe Dragonite would be good for this kind of a team. So yeah, I'm going to be using Dragonite. Like I said, remember, priority is good for standard offensive teams, so you're not flying anytime soon. Dragonite. Alright, so yeah, we're going to be using Dragonite here, so just going to go for maybe a Choice Band set, I think. Because Dragonite, I mean, it has Extreme Speed, which is really good, and Extreme Speed gets a lot more power with the Choice Band. And, I mean, we could always have another different type of setup sweeper. I mean, that's no problem at all. But for Dragonite, I think for this kind of team, Choice Band would be pretty useful. So let's just go ahead and do that. Let's go for Multiscale. Let's have a female Dragonite. And, I guess we could just go for max attack and max speed, maybe. Or, I mean, I guess maybe this much speed would be okay. And, 40 HP. So we could just go for Outrage. We can go for Extreme Speed, we can go for Earthquake, and we can go for Fire Punch. And yeah, so this is our Dragonite here. So we have 4 Pokemon so far. And 2 of our Pokemon are priority users. Bayonet, of course, the closest thing you can get to priority because of Prankster. So yeah, so Dragonite's going to provide a lot of resistances for the team. It has priority Extreme Speed, like I said, which is going to be useful against faster threats such as Thundurus, Talonflame, etc., which both get 2-hit KO'd respectively. Not to mention, Stealth Rock damage is going to help out a lot. We are going to be using a Choice Band set here because we really need all the power we can get. And we can always find another sweeper for the team. As you're watching this video, do note the differences in the team alongside Bulky Offense and Hyper Offense. The Pokemon here aren't exactly super buff, as you saw in the Bulky Offense video, hopefully, and they aren't the most, they aren't mostly comprised of setup sweepers, as you hopefully saw in the Hyper Offense video. So it's important to note these differences, that it's pretty much in the middle, that we have a variety of Pokemon. So this could be bulky, this is really offensive, and we're going to be adding a sweeper anyway. So now that we have 4 Pokemon, it gets a little trickier from here because we got to make sure all the pieces fit. If you thought using Mega Bayonet was creative, just wait until you see what I have in store for you guys. So before we fill in these last 2 Pokemon, let's just go over the team once again. We have a Stealth Rocker, we have our Anti-Spinner, which is our Bayonet, and there's also an Anti-Stall Pokemon here too. Anti-Defogger, Priority Sucker Punch Physical attacking Bisharp, and a Choice Band Dragonite for some nice power. It's always good to keep maybe 1 to 2 sweepers on your standard offensive team. Maybe a physical sweeper and or a special sweeper, but 2 isn't required. I could just suffice with 1. I'm sure you guys can too. So it seems our weaknesses and resistances are balanced out pretty well so far. So we're gonna add a really neat creative Pokemon, and this Pokemon is called Porygon. Porygon Z. Now, Porygon Z is a really interesting Pokemon. It is extremely underrated. Maybe even more underrated than Bayonet, I'm not sure. But it can be a surprise to many teams. As a sweeper, it has a few options. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be giving it 2 options. We're going to be giving it Nasty Plot, we're going to be giving it Agility. And depending on the team we come across, Nasty Plot can be used to just break through fat Pokemon, while Agility can be used to outspeed faster and frailer threats and sweep teams that way. While the combination of both can really sweep teams. I feel the best coverage moves would be a nice normal stab like Tri-Attack, and something that Tri-Attack can't go through, which is like Steals and Ghosts, so Dark Pulse would be good. And for the EVs, what do we do for EVs? Let me think. I probably, I mean, definitely we're going to give it max special attack and modest. Definitely we're going to do that. In terms of speed, I guess we could just give it 264, and just the rest, just dump it into HP. I think that should be good. And then agility, nasty pots there, so it's all good. Adaptability, powers up moves with the same type. Yeah, I guess we could use adaptability. Analytics, strength, and moving last. No, that's not really what we're going for, because we want to be fast. We want to be a sweeper. So adaptability is good, I think. So Tri-Attack gets a boost. And the item of choice, it could be Life Orb, but since it's a sweeper, sweepers do not appreciate status. And like having, getting paralyzed or poisoned is not going to be good for Porygon Z at all. So we're going to go ahead and give it a Lum Berry. So I think that would be the best option for Porygon Z. And yeah, now we have our sweeper, which also gives us an extra fighting weaknesses. So our last Pokemon should probably be something that is resistant to fighting. So just keep in mind when I'm building teams and stuff, I'm just noting what kind of types did I use, what weaknesses have I added to the team, what I want to cover next, and stuff like that. Now, for our last Pokemon, we need something that can kind of clean up teams. Dragonite can do that with extreme speed, though he is choiced, so options would kind of be limited if you have to clean up a whole bunch of Pokemon. Therefore, I will be bringing to the table something you would least expect on a standard offensive team. Introducing a very fast Pokemon in the OU metagame. The speed of light itself. Slowbro. Choice Scarf Slowbro. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, we're going to be using Slowbro. However, it's going to be more of a twist from the traditional Slowbro, sets. So let me just add Slowbro real quick. And yeah, we're going to be using Trick Room Slowbro. Now you're probably wondering, why use a Trick Room Pokemon that is on a team that's not built for Trick Room? Well, think back to Gen 5, where there were so many offensive teams with the Trick Room Reuniclus at the back, ready to sweep teams after hazards are up. It's a similar idea here. Trick Room Slowbro will become very fast after Trick Room, and then proceed to just firing move after move on your opponent's team. I'm thinking maybe Surf, Ice Beam, and Psyshock maybe for like the annoying Mega Venusaurs and stuff like that, I guess. And yeah, Trick Room, of course. And Regenerator is definitely the ability of choice here. And I guess the EVs, we could just go with max special attack, of course, and a modest, no, not a modest, quiet nature, because we want lower speed for this guy. I don't think I want to give it 0 IVs for this speed, just in case we don't set up Trick Room. We still want to be faster than, I guess, other stuff, so it all depends. So let's just give it a Life Orb, and maybe 248 just to make the HP odd, and dump the rest into defense maybe. And yeah, that's our Slowbro. Alright, awesome. So yeah, Trick Room Slowbro is going to be our cleaner for the team. It also, I mean, it has some pretty decent defenses too, even for being really kind of uninvested. Just 8 is enough for offense, I guess. It's pretty defensively bulky, so it could take some. I guess it could take some hits from defensive Pokemon, maybe a Azumarill, I guess, or stuff like that. But yeah, this is our last Pokemon to close the standard offense team, and wow, taking a look at it, looks pretty unique. It looks pretty unique compared to other standard offensive teams. I guess it takes out the standard from standard offense. So, and yeah, here are our 6 Pokemon for our standard offense team. And that's pretty much all there is to it. And let me just close this session with a conclusion about standard offensive teams, just to make sure everyone's caught up to speed here. Stealth Rocks are, make sure that you have Stealth Rocks. Make sure your Pokemon, at least one of your Pokemon, well of course just one, have Stealth Rocks, and make sure that Pokemon is offensive. Anti-Defogger, make sure you have one of those, maybe, if you are using a Pokemon with Stealth Rocks on a standard offensive team. Anti-Spinner is also pretty useful too. Just have a way to beat the stall teams, because those are pretty annoying. And what else am I going to say? I mean, Porygon Z can put in some work on stall teams too, I guess, with Nasty Plot and Agility. Well, not Agility, but Nasty Plot. And when building standard offensive teams, make sure you have a balance between physical attackers and special attackers. Like here, we have 4 physical attackers and 2 special attackers. That's perfectly fine. You can also have, 3 and 3 or 2 and 4. Just make sure you don't go all out on one side for standard offense, or it's like a coin toss of getting walled by something. So it's good to have a bit of both. Make sure your type synergy is fully implemented. Always keep in mind when building standard offensive teams that it's in between bulky and hyper offense. So just make sure that you know which style you're building when you're building a team. Just this is a way to know. And for this team, I don't have any kind of Volturn or anything like that. I mean, that option is always there. Like for this team, I can replace Bisharp and Slowbro for Scizor and Rotom Wash to form a Volturn core. I mean, the options are vast for standard offensive teams, and I just wanted to show you in this video how I build it and what important things are needed on it. But it's certainly not the only way. Just make sure that you keep fast attackers, priority users, stealth rocks at the very least. Choice locked Pokemon would be pretty useful. You could also have specs, scarfs, and stuff like that. A sweeper, and some Pokemon to clean up the opposing team with. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have on standard offensive teams. This is the last playstyle. Then we're going to be moving on to strategies for the next upcoming episode. So yeah, we're going to be going on the server now, and we're going to be testing the team as usual. See you guys there. Alright, see ya. Alright, and we are here on the Pokemon Online Simulator, and we're going to be trying out the team that we just built. So yeah, let's just hop right into it. Looks like a pretty unique team here, so let's see how it does. I have no idea, but let's just have some fun. Alright, so we got a battle against Kazvak. Alright, so what we could probably do is just lead off with our Terrakion right here, just to get up the rocks. And yeah, let's just do that. And we're gonna get up our Stealth Rocks right here. He goes for the Volt Switch, and he's probably gonna go into something like Politoed, Keldeo, maybe Kabutops, or Tornadus, Darien. Okay, fine. I don't really know how much I need Terrakion. Maybe I might need it for Ferrothorn, but I guess I could probably just go into my Slowbro. Maybe. I'm just gonna go for the Stone Edge. Oh, he has Grass Knot. That's weird. Okay. Alright, so I guess I could just go into Dragonite. I think Extreme Speed should... I don't know how much that's gonna do. 60? Alright. Fair enough, I guess. We knocked him out. And he's probably going to go into, what, Ferrothorn now? Yeah, he goes into Ferrothorn. So he gets up some free rocks, I think, here. So that's going to suck, but I guess I could just go into Bayonet. Alright, he goes for the Stealth Rock, so just go for a Taunt. Alright, he goes into Politoed. I could probably just go for a knockoff and get rid of that Damp Rock he probably has. Alright, so the Damp Rock's gone. I don't get burned, that's pretty fortunate, so I could probably just go into, well, I need Slowbro at full health maybe. I could probably go for another knockoff. Alright, so, ooh, we could probably kill the Mega Ampharos here. Maybe. Yeah, I want that thing dead. I also want Kabutops dead. But Damp Rock's gonna probably make the rain wear off sooner. Let's just Destiny Bond kill that thing. Alright, we got rid of Tornadus, we got rid of Ampharos. Alright, I could probably just bring out my... I could probably bring out Dragonite. Just put the pressure on him. Alright, he brings out Keldeo. We could probably go into Slowbro in case he... Yeah, Icy Winded right here, so... Let's just go for a... I mean, I think he's probably going to bring in Ferrothorn. Maybe, on my Slowbro. So I could just go into Bisharp. And go for a knockoff right here, I think would be a good idea. It doesn't do really much at all, but it's fine. It does not look like he has Leech Seed. Maybe he does, I don't know. But I just want to weaken that thing as much as I can. He does have Leech Seed. Just go for it again. Actually, we'll go for a Sucker Punch maybe. He might attack. Or not. Wow. He's spike stacking me. That's not even fun. Maybe this team needs a Rapid Spin Wrap. No, I don't know. But I go into this thing right now. Wait, he has Stealth. Did he have Stealth Rocks and Spikes on this thing? Yeah, he did, didn't he? Alright, this is a good opportunity for some setting up. I could probably, let's see, what is he at? He's 93% for Keldeo. So let's just go agility. Alright, nice, nice. So Tri Attack should knock him out. This is why I use Lumberry on the Porygon Z. That's pretty useful. Alright, so I'm just gonna get rid of Ferrothorn. I think he's dead. So he's got 3 water types left. Slowbro could probably handle Keldeo. Alright, he brings in this guy. Just knock him out. I doubt that his Kabutops is even faster. Alright, so I don't know what's gonna do more, Tri Attack with the boost or Dark Pulse. But Tri Attack, Dark Pulse has a chance to flinch though, so I might just go for that. Oh, Aqua Jet does not KO. Alright, nice. And yeah, I guess I could probably just sack this guy. He does have Life Orb. And there, Dragonite can come in, go for the Extreme Speed. And take him out. I'm pretty sure Extreme Speed with the band is going to knock this thing out, even though it's not very effective. And then, yeah, Keldeo's going to come in and take an Extreme Speed, 51%. And we got Slowbro up in here. Let's hope we live. Please live. Alright, the rain stopped. Yes, we won. Not bad. It was a close game. Not bad at all. Alright, let's go for another battle. I mean, I think maybe 3 should be enough. Alright, so we got someone by the name of El Stefano. Alright, so looks like a Mega Gardevoir team right here. That's not bad at all. Alright. Ooh, a bunch of regenerator Pokemon too. What we could probably do is, we could probably lead off with Terrakion maybe. I think his spinner is Excadrill, so we could put Bayonet to use. Probably what we could do right now is go for the Stealth Rocks. He goes for the U-turn, probably to break my sash. Okay, he goes into Excadrill, so he probably is Scarf, I think. I'm gonna go into just the way he brought it out. I just think he's Scarf. Alright, so yeah, he probably was Scarf. So I'm going to now go into my Bisharp, predicting the Slowbro. Alright, nice. And we get a free knockoff right here, so anything he brings in is going to get knocked off. So that's going to be pretty useful. So let's go ahead and do that. He might just stay in, I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to go for the knockoff and see what happens. Maybe he'll stay in. I don't know. Hopefully he'll stay in. I don't really like the Slowbro on his team. It's going to be annoying. But I guess that Porygon could do some work. And we're waiting on him to make a move here. Probably thinking of what to do. What to sack. I mean, I don't think any of his Pokemon is going to take a knockoff really well. Then it brings me back to thinking if I wish I could pause. Alright, so So yeah, I guess that play really baffled him. Up to the point where he's just done. Just thinking. Come on, El Stefano. Alright, you bring in Killer Queen. Fair enough. Go for the Sucker Punch. Go for it again. Ah, nope. Alright, not at all then, I guess. Alright, what I could probably do now is just go into Terrakion again. I think he might, I don't know what he's gonna do. I mean, yeah, I have Stealth Rocks up. I guess I can go into Terrakion. I don't think Windy's gonna do too much. Alright, so he goes for Super Power. And, I could just go into Slowbro, actually. Yeah, why not? Why not? And, go for the Psyshock, maybe. Bring in a Moongus or something, I guess. Ah, nice! We got it. We got a Moongus. Awesome. Alright, so I guess now what is he gonna bring? Slowbro? Or something? Or, okay, Tornadus. Alright, so he's probably going to go for the U-turn now. Maybe. Surf is a safe option. Or knockoff, okay. Okay, not bad. Go to Terrakion right here. Alright, he brings in his Slowbro. So what I could do is, I don't know what to switch into. Maybe Porygon. Alright, so yeah, what we could do now is go for the Tri-Attack maybe. Or the, okay, Nasty Plot might be good. Maybe. Alright, so I mean, Earthquake's gonna knock me out for sure, so I don't see. Alright, I'm going to Bayonet. He gets a crit. I really don't think that would have KO. Let's go into this guy right here. Bring in Bisharp. Alright, nice. And knock off. Let's kill something else. Or he stays in. And hits me with the flamethrower, which does not burn. Yes, does not burn. Nice. And let's go for a Pursuit. Alright, awesome. So we got rid of Slowbro, which was a wall to our Dragonite. So I think Dragonite should have a better time in killing this guy's Pokemon. So okay, he's probably gonna bring out. Alright, he brings out his this guy. So he's probably gonna go for the Rapid Spin maybe. Do I need Bisharp anymore? I don't think so. So I'm just gonna Sucker Punch him. Yeah, he did Rapid Spin right now. So I guess I could just go for a Pursuit. I think he's gonna switch out right now. I don't think he's gonna stay in. Yeah, there we go. Nice prediction right there. Not bad. And he brings in his Tornadus. So I guess maybe I could just go for another Sucker Punch. I really don't fear this thing too much, really. He goes for Superpower, and my guess is he's probably gonna try and regenerate. I'm gonna go into this guy. Alright. I hope his Heatran is not on a balloon. Pray with me, everyone, pray with me. Just a moment of silence. Alright. There. Not bad. Not bad. Alright, he brings in this guy again. And yeah, we don't even need Terrakion. Yeah, we don't need Terrakion. Yeah, we don't need Terrakion. That's right. Go ahead and take Terrakion. Let's go for the Stone Edge. Yeah, I think 2 battles are good enough. I think. Alright, nice. And yeah, let's just go for another Stone Edge. I think this should make it about, maybe the video, 30 or so minutes, which is decent enough. Hopefully you guys will watch it all then. I remember I've done like 48, 50-minute videos, I think, once or twice before. I don't know how many of you guys watched that. But yeah, I think this is a decent time limit for the episode. Like a nice half-an-hour TV show or something like that. Yeah, I don't want to die from confusion. Not today. Alright, so go ahead and eat my Porygon. Lumberry, nice. Agility. Alright. And yeah, Extreme Speed should finish this up. And yeah, that's a wrap. El Stefano, you're done. Good game. GG. Alright, he left in a hurry. I don't think he knew what GG meant. Poor El Stefano. Anyways, that's it. So hope you guys enjoyed this team building series. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, any comments, concerns, anything like that. Just let me know. I will get back to you. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this episode of team building series. And this really wraps up playstyles. And what we're going to be doing on the next future episodes is strategies, like Trick Room, for example, maybe Gravity, maybe Volt Turn. What else? Yeah, just different kinds of strategies and playstyles that playstyles are done, just strategies. But yeah, let me know what you guys want to see next, and any questions, comments, anything, like I said before. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you soon. Peace.